Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So today we get to take a look at the all-new 2024 Ford Ranger. This is an XLT with the Sport Appearance package. It's finished off in shadow black and the MSRP is just over $39,000. So let's take a look at this all-new mid-size truck and start off with what this is powered by. Underneath the hood, this is the 2.3 liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. It is paired to a 10-speed automatic, and this pumps out 270 horsepower, 310 pound-feet of torque, sent to those rear wheels, propelling this 4,400-pound truck from 0 to 60 in just over 7 seconds. It has a top speed of 112 miles an hour, and as far as its ground clearance goes, it measures just over 9 inches. Now, as we work our way to the exterior styling, we have the large Ford logo right in the middle, along with some really nice gray accents for the entire grille. Plenty of cutouts too to provide a lot of cooling. And you'll notice too that the grille works its way into the headlight housings, where we have the turn signal, massive DRL strip, headlights and high beams. I think it gives it a great look. There's also some gloss black accents just underneath that. Now there's brushed aluminum for the middle section, fog lights on both sides, large inlet in the middle with active grille shutters behind that. There's even air inlets on both sides of the fog lights and the air dam in the lower section. So this truck can get a lot of airflow and better cooling. And then there's 4 lines coming down the hood to mimic some of its bigger brothers with the F-Series trucks. Now the Sport Appearance package provides us with the 17-inch wheels that are finished off in gray. There's also more gray accents for the fender arches, both in the front and the rear. XLT badge is on the side, and then all of the black accents are surrounding the windows, as well as the grab handles too. Now this does have the short bed, and then a distinctive line in this upper section here that runs down the entire side of that bed. Now there's a massive Ford logo in the back with the backup camera. Ranger is also stamped in that lower section. There's LED taillights, sensors, and the gray accents for that bumper. And this Ranger is even capable of towing right around 7,500 pounds with a payload capacity of 1,700 pounds. It also has remote start, so we can start that up as needed, and then you can double tap that to shut it off too. Now there's no release for the tailgate on the key, but it does have the soft opening tailgate, which is nice. No spray and bed liner for this model. However, there's all the tie down hooks. There's even some auxiliaries over on that driver's side, a ruler in the back, and then the clamp areas where you can secure some items. There's no tailgate step for this Ranger, but it's a very light tailgate, so that is easy to close as well. And then in the interior now, there's a really cool pattern on that back side there, more gray surrounding the grab handle with the release handle tucked away in the back. A little bit of storage underneath, and then you do get storage underneath this entire seat. I showed that in greater details in the full review, but you can open this up and you have an area where you can place some items. There's no storage behind the backrest there. But at 5'10", I really like the amount of space that you have. There's storage in the middle, auxiliaries down below. I have plenty of headroom too, and you have the armrest with 2 cup holders and the sliding rear glass. So for a mid-sized truck, it's very comfortable in the back, just sitting in it right now. Now up front, we have the power folding side mirror adjustments, window controls, more storage, lock and unlock. Very similar design, of course. And then that goes for these front seats too, with that same 2-tone design. Now for this XLT, this actually has a turn key. So we can start this back up. We have the solid leather steering wheel, cruise control settings on this left side with volume and Bluetooth, along with your lane keeping assist. Right side, there's tuning, more Bluetooth controls, and then you can even go through the digital gauge cluster. So you can use these controls here to go through all of this, just depending on what you need to see. So you have quite a lot that you can scroll through and go into, so you can take a look at all of that. Now on the left side, there's the headlight adjustments, cargo light, dimmer switches for the gauges, and then take a look at this all-new infotainment system. It's very similar in its functions compared to some of the larger screens in the bigger F-Series trucks. But up top, let's start at the home icon, where you can get into your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, navigation, phone. You can also see all of those right in the middle. So you have the presets there. If you push on this button next to it, look at all of this information that you can go through and configure. You have all of your driver assistance too, your vehicle, general information, even your zone lighting, valet mode. There is a lot that you can go through. You can even quickly pull up that backup camera if you need to as well. In the entire lower section, there's all the climates where you can either use the screen itself or just rotate the dial in order to adjust that. You have your fan speed, which you can also adjust with the physical buttons, and then you have heated seat adjustments and a few other recircs and where you would like the air to go. Now there's also those controls down below, so it's really nice. You can use both of those interchangeably. Wireless charging and storage is located down below with 2 cup holders. You have the backup camera as you saw, and you can even go into the manual setting where you can use the plus and the minus. There's the e-brake behind that, a little bit of storage for your very small drinks. Engine start stop. You also have a few different driving modes. So there's normal, eco, sport, you have tow and haul, and then a slippery mode. Locking rear diff and traction controls also located back there. A little bit of storage in the armrest as well as in the glove box, and you have a small tray just above that. Sunglass holder up top with your dome lights and your control for that rear window. And look at the visibility. It is so easy to see around. Being a midsize truck, there's really no blind spots for this. And so we'll pop it into sport mode now. The previous accelerations were in normal mode. Here we go. You can definitely feel the pep from this Turbo 4. It doesn't even seem like it's struggling. It's got plenty of power to get up and accelerate. So I like the power plant that it does feature. And this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the all-new Ford Ranger. Turning radius is fairly tight. So like I said, it's very easy to maneuver, especially in tighter situations. If you happen to take this off-road, it's got a good wheelbase and footprint to it for some situations like that. But it's definitely a nice place to be. Not a whole lot of changes when you really look at it. You know, we have the screen, maybe some other driver assistance settings, gauge cluster in the center there. I would call it a nice refresh for the Ranger. Definitely very nice though. Great option in the midsize truck platform if you are a Ford person or you like the engine options that are available. But I will say too, aside from the drive, which has been very nice and comfortable, I like the interior layout for people, for backseat passengers especially. That's a huge deal in a midsize truck like this. How well can you fit in the back seats? And I think Ford has done a really good job, especially for my size, 5'10", kind of an average size. I really don't see any complaints in the back. It seems like it's pretty well thought out for some passengers to have in the back. And as far as up front goes, it's very nice. I think it's a good, comfortable position and something that you can drive every single day. If you need a little bit larger, of course, you can go up to some of the other F-Series trucks. But this is something that is good, especially if you need more of a city type vehicle, something that on the smaller side. It's nice. I really don't see anything negative about it from my first impressions here. It's a good competitor to add to the list if you're looking at mid-sized trucks. But that is going to wrap it up for the 2024 Ford Ranger. Once again, huge shout out to Mooresville Ford for providing this mid-size truck for me today. Check out their website, give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.